Today I'm with Suzy Jacobs from the Athena Network at FlyingSolo Live. And Suzy, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you run the Athena Network, which is a women's networking group.
Yep.
And I was talking to a few people earlier on, and someone was saying to me, you know, the thing is, networking is that's just a matter of kind of handing over cards, isn't it? It's a lot more than that, though, isn't it? What's your take on things?
I think that's quite an old-fashioned view of networking and has quite a superficial connotation to it. And it's really just about lead generation. Networking has transformed, and certainly at the Athena Network we're transforming it, because it's about building communities and creating an environment where women, particularly obviously for the Athena Network, come together to generate business for each other, but really to connect on a level which has them develop as business people. Okay. So there's a shared knowledge, experience and ideas, and a sense of community where we can access business and professional development as well as market our businesses. So it's much more well-rounded these days.
So networking increasingly then is less about kind of going along to an event and hearing somebody at the front of the room kind of speaking at you, and it's more a community and sharing amongst the participants.
I think so. Yeah. If it's going to be successful, if it's going to add value and be an effective use of your time, it's got to be with an understanding of a good use of our time, but also within that to understand what real networking is about and how to be really effective in doing it. Handing over a business card and expecting...
It's fairly meaningless, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. It's about educating people and informing people about how they can really have and build a network which is going to sustain them in business, not just today, but 2 months, 6 months,
so it's kind of seed sowing for the future. So tell me, somebody who's maybe listening to this, watching this, that's a new business, right? And maybe thinking, oh, networking, not sure about that. What would you say to somebody, what's the best way to kind of engage when you walk through that door for the first time? There's a room full, in your case, of women business owners. Sure. How do you kind of connect? What do you do?
We, for a start, prepare our guests really well. We give them a really clear idea of what they're walking into. And from a host's perspective, it's so important to make sure that as that person walks in, that they're greeted with warmth and generosity and that feeling and sense of community. So I would say, investigate the network first.
Right. So go to a network that's going to be warm and welcoming as opposed to one where you're kind of standing at the back of the room.
Absolutely. And we're really generating a culture which is about that. So I'd say research first and understand that there are a whole variety. There are the big networking events where you can go, there are 200 people. Yeah. And if you're shy and a little introverted, a bit unsure of yourself, probably not a great place to start.
No,
and then there's
a smaller one.
Yeah, where it's, you'll be known, you'll be greeted by your name, and you will be introduced to other people within the room.
Terrific. Now I know that you run a number of groups now within the Athena Network, and if people want to find out more, they can go to theathenanetwork.com.au.
That's the one.
Okay, and they're listed there. All right, Suzy, thank you very much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thanks.